779-004943. Jungle Driving School now offering a 10% discount for KELP listeners. See you in the jungle.
You are listening to KELP El Paso. Feed your mind, feed your soul at 1590 AM, 95.9 FM. Streaming worldwide at KELPradio.com.
915 Talk is a production of Desert Voice Media. You can visit desertvoice.media to learn more.
915 TALK.
The world is looking at El Paso.
What will we say to the world? From the KELP studio in El Paso, this is 915 Talk.
And now your host.
This is the radio show that never ends. It keeps going on and on, my friend. Some people started it not knowing what it was. Mac Daddy Del Norte, riddle me this.
Yeah, what's up?
15 score. Do you know what that number is? 15 score.
15 score. Is it a perfect number?
No, it's you ever hear the Gettysburg Address?
Yeah. No.
Oh. It said 407 years ago. Our father you never did it. Abraham Lincoln, Civil War.
I don't know.
History, right?
Class? No, history is not my thing.
Okay, all right. So, Mac Daddy, this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Our guest today is Pastor Christian Gurrola. Hit the applause.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to control himself. So he's here. Pastor Christian, not his stage name. He was born with that name. He's pastor over at Mesa Place Church. Pastor Christian, can you help out Mac Daddy? What is 15 score?
Yeah, so Gettysburg Address, Lincoln. Come on, man.
He's not a history guy.
Isn't score a year?
Oh, no.
It's a date. It's
20 years. Or it's 20. A score is 20.
So 300.
15 times 20 is 300.
Yeah, 300.
Yeah, so 15 score.
Okay, I was tracking.
Episodes ago.
Oh, episodes, not years.
15 score episodes ago.
Gotcha.
We started 915 Talk.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. This is episode 301.
What? I'm the one.
Yeah, we're celebrating 301.
How awesome.
We celebrate odd numbers.
Yeah, so I'm not the 300.
Yeah.
I'm the 301st.
Right. And I was told early on that I'm going to run out of questions.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
With me?
With just on the program.
Like this many programs.
Yeah. And so, they said you have to have lots of questions because you're going to run out of questions. Mac Daddy, have I ever run out of questions?
No, man. You never do. You always have something to say.
I'm still trying to figure this guy out.
Right? So,
Yeah.
So we haven't run out of questions. I was also told that we'd run out of interesting people to invite on. We're at 301, and so we invited you.
I was going to say, do you want to let the people know how this happened?
Yeah. No, it's okay.
All right.
It's all right. Yeah. So
hey, I just want to say the ice cone machine is amazing. I love it.
Oh, the studio. The studio ice cone machine.
It's amazing. Just get some flavors for it now, will you?
Okay.
It's a little hot outside.
All right. So this is the legacy 301 episode.
So we're in legacy territory.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. At 301, we can start talking about. I'm going to start writing my memoirs of radio ministry at 301. It's a good spot, right?
So we're stretching our legs now. We're in legacy mode, right?
So we're opening up the phone lines, 915-779-0016. Call in. Let me know what your favorite edition of 915 Talk was, or maybe something you don't like about the program. For example, some people don't like
socks.
How long? Some people don't like how long I do the introductions before I have the guests come on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't like that I'm silly or do too much banter.
Well, build a bridge. Get over it.
Oh,
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I think, could I go ahead and add to that?
absolutely. That's why you're here.
Well, thank you. I remember the first 7 times I'm just kidding. The first couple times, because you're very unarming.
I'm unarming.
Yeah, you make us feel as guests like, hey, this is just me and you.
Right.
Don't worry about the studio audience.
Right. The studio.
Oh, you didn't
studio. There we go.
Yeah. His cues are right on, by the way. No, but you make the guests feel like, hey, this is me and you, and everybody's listening to this conversation.
Yeah.
And so I like it. I thank you for it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed being on.
Yeah.
We do have a YouTube channel, 915 Talk on YouTube. We had one of our most avid listeners commented, shout out to Pasta from Glorietta.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have a team up there.
Okay.
Somebody just sent me 4 is equal to 80 years. Thank you, Gray Godfrey.
Yes.
Our church members are listening.
Okay.
Well, that's another. So we have a summer camp going on.
Summer camp.
So we sent all the
Mesa
teens.
Place Summer Camp.
No, it's summer. We sent our teens to summer camp. We're not having summer camp, so we sent them to Glorietta, and so they're out there. And so Carmen,
Okay.
she's
Is that who wrote that?
yeah.
It is.
On Pasta
Okay. Right. Okay. Shout out to Pasta from so they're in Glorietta camp.
with First Baptist. They're up there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, wonderful.
Shout out to Mark and.
Yeah. To First Baptist.
First Baptist.
Those are the fancy Baptists.
They are we're more the, like we just barely, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, well.
All right. So you enjoy being disarmed as a guest, feeling comfortable.
I do, because what it does is it gives me time to go like, okay, we might be going into, because we've gotten into some hard territory.
Right.
But you make me feel like, okay, so we're going to have a conversation, and he's going to be okay with whatever answer I give,
Right.
and then as we dive into scripture, so it makes it good. I like it. I like your style.
Okay. So at Mesa Place Church, at your church, I know you're all about building community and engaging with the community.
Yeah.
Maybe give us just a couple quick examples.
Well, it's funny you should ask. Wow. And so this past week, we went out and did an outreach at one of the law enforcement arms.
Law enforcement arms?
Yeah, because there's not just like police and sheriff and stuff like
Oh,
that. So
arms.
there's like, yeah. Anyway, and so we just went out there, and we went and we served, what was it, 50 breakfast to this whole little division, and they're special ops guys.
Okay.
Really cool guys. I could tell you who they are, but I won't.
But you can't.
I can't.
Yeah. Top secret breakfast
It
you're
wa-
talking about on the radio.
Well, yes, but they're the only ones that will know.
Right.
But one of the great things that are like, thank you. No one has ever done this.
Right.
And I didn't know that the church community thought about us.
Right.
And so that's more than just the church going outside of its walls. I think it's going outside of our uncomfortableness.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get really comfortable with and I love all the ministries, right? The kids
Amen.
ministry, teens ministry.
Sure.
If your church has a school, whatever that is, cool. Oh, great.
Right.
But when are you ever? I was just talking to one of our pastors in training, and I said, one of the most difficult things a pastor has to go through is, are you willing to be embarrassed for the gospel?
Mm. In what way?
Well, when God is asking you to go out and do ministry or outreach, and there's no way that any other church would want to do that.
Mm.
But, okay, great example, Daniel, his friends, right? They're going to be thrown into the fiery furnace.
Right.
Obviously, that was a God thing. These guys they put all their hope and trust in God to deliver them, but then they still had to go into the furnace.
Right.
Are you willing to be humbled? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this is what I believe, but you're still going into the fire.
Right, right.
Like, are you willing, or are you going like, well, maybe not
Kind
so
of what
much?
you're saying is, are you willing to go out into a space that maybe you don't have a background in and potentially embarrass yourself?
Absolutely.
That's what you're
Absolutely.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so super cool. I think it's interesting with radio.
Right.
It is extremely difficult, I want to say this, to run a local radio station.
How so?
I thought you'd never ask.
I sound like Sean Connery when you did that.
So it is difficult to run local radio just simply because most radio stations that you listen to, are not actually a local radio station. They're
Right.
sent out of a central
Syndicate.
and these are just repeaters set up around the country.
Right.
And the reason for that is that's way cheaper,
Oh,
much cheaper.
so it's a money thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so for us to run a local Christian radio station is not easy, but it is a very special thing I think we have here where we can talk about the borderland, El Paso, Las Cruces, West Texas, Southern New Mexico, and really engage with a community in a way that, a national network can't.
Well, and I think you and I have had this conversation. I help and want to help KELP Radio.
Right.
But I absolutely love what you have done and what your team is doing here. And
That's why I invited you on, so you'd say that.
oh, is that why?
Yeah.
So it's a marketing thing. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a great answer. That's good.
No, but I mean, I just, for the dollars that we use out in ministry as a church,
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do I know have listened to a KLP and then get challenged with something, and then we as church leaders don't want to support a local radio station that promotes the gospel?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people don't understand how many people are reaching.
Yeah, thousands.
Yeah, of course. And based on talking to ratings folks and that kind of thing, between West Texas and Southern New Mexico, it's about 60,000 hours of listening per week.
Man.
Which, it compared to a rock and roll station, that's not a lot. But for what we're doing, that's really, really good.
Right.
There's all kinds of things about running a radio station.
Tell me
Pastor
one
Christian.
thing. Tell me one thing people don't know
One thing people don't know.
that
Well,
you would like for us to know.
I'd like for people to know that we think a lot about transitions between programs.
Oh, do tell.
And I think we're doing better with that, but we really want to get even better.
Right.
That's one thing.
Yeah. Give me one example. What do you mean?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. Mac Daddy, you've been working on some ideas for some transitions.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So tell us what the style is.
The style is...
So you have several different ones.
Yeah.
So which style are you going to play?
I don't know. I want to play an exciting one, like something way different, pump, like a chant.
Okay.
Dealing with KLP.
Okay. Yes. So we think about these things, like what would really keep people listening.
Okay.
Yeah. So hit it up.
KELP.
Jesus is the answer. KELP.
What do you think, Pastor Christian?
Slow and low. I love it.
Yeah.
I would stay tuned for the next minute.
Yeah. Well, the great thing is, in the past, you would have to literally invite a choir to the studio to do that.
Oh,
Yeah. We don't do that anymore.
no. How did you do that?
We use artificial.
Here we go. Are
Did
we
you-
starting this again?
Yeah. So Mac Daddy, did you have any other options?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Here,
all right.
let's hear two more.
Jesus is the answer. KELP.
Oh, it's
That's all right.
Throwback to the 90s?
All right.
Yeah.
Then one more.
We're already good.
Jesus is the answer.
More classical.
K-E-L-P.
I'm thinking Thanksgiving and Christmas for that one.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, but it is interesting, keeping the audience engaged throughout the day.
Right.
And really the idea is you want anytime someone would turn on the radio,
Yeah.
that they'll hear something useful.
So with that question, here's the thing, right? So like one of the worst things that can happen to you, and if you're a pastor listening to me, you'll agree, is when you get a coughing spell or a tickling in the nose and you're preaching. Like those are like, not good moments. What's a dead spot like for you guys?
Okay, so Pastor Christian, I'm looking forward to when we get to glory. You're going to meet some Christians who are fed to lions at the Coliseum. And you're going to be like, you know what the worst thing is? When you're preaching, you get a little tickle in your throat. And they died because they were eaten by a lion. So this is the worst thing that can happen to us, is getting a tickle in our throat.
Oh.
Okay, so dead air.
No, like you're up there and you're like, oh gosh. And your wife's looking at you like, do I go up and give you water?
Right.
I'm going to go up and give you water.
Right. Well, dead air is not something that's supposed to happen on the radio. It does happen occasionally on this program. And sometimes I guess I'm going to do a confession on live radio.
Oh, here we go.
Sometimes I just let it happen.
Do you really?
Yeah. And I can speak to cover the dead air.
Oh, nice.
But I believe we are here to give authentic conversations.
There you go.
And allowing someone to think for 3 more seconds,
Sure.
I shouldn't be nervous about.
That's right.
And I hope I'm not embarrassing anyone by that. But
I don't think you are.
Yes. So there's dead air.
Well, I think that's where people mistake, because you're seeing me right in front of you.
Sure.
And so you're seeing me contemplate,
Right.
the judicial parts of Scripture or whatever that are. And so you're giving
Is that what you're doing right now?
That's what I was doing just now. I was going back to Leviticus. And so then I went back to the book of Numbers, and then you filled it in. So that's
Right.
what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounds like you're stepping on us, but you're not. You're giving us that moment.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
So
But let's talk. What else is on the horizon for KELP?
So we just did a bunch of work where the station is much, much more automated.
Love it.
Shout out to Mac Daddy.
Mac Daddy. Carmen?
Yeah, Carmen was a big part of that. Mr. Clark Peters was a big part of that. It was a team
It's
effort.
your host, Clark Peters. I love his voice.
Yeah, he has the perfect Christian radio voice. But it was a lot of work, and what that really does is that frees us up to create more local programming.
Yeah.
It frees us up. We're working on that Spanish language station. I know for a lot of our listeners.
Well, that's what I want you to land on.
Yeah, he keeps on talking about it, and it's not happening. And trust me, we're working on it.
Me gusta la idea.
Yes.
Está bueno.
It'll be Voz en el Desierto.
Ooh.
A voice in the desert.
That's right.
Yeah, hearkening back to John chapter 1, a voice in the desert, prepare the way. So that's what a lot of Christian radio is preparing the way for the Lord, for someone. Maybe they've been in church for a while, or maybe they haven't, but how can we prepare the way for him?
All right. Here's a tough question.
Okay.
Wow, I'm interviewing you now. I love it. What's your listenership since all these new things? Can you see because it's hard for you to hit a number.
Right. So I don't, as far as I can tell, it's growing. Everything I know is anecdotal. We have between 8,000 and 10,000 engaged, from what I know and what I've been told by people who keep track. We have between 8,000 and 10,000 engaged weekly listeners listening on average 6 hours per week.
That's an amazing audience. I mean, how many church people can you fit in?
Right. Well, when the radio signal will allow for all of them who have
That's
radios.
right.
Yeah, we don't have to buy a bigger building.
I love that. That'll preach. That you should make a commercial on.
Everything's out there for anyone who has a radio antenna.
That's right.
No, it's when I talk to other similar radio stations around America, they're saying you're killing it. That's amazing. Very few stations around America are getting those kind of numbers who are this format. At the same time, I believe I have a little bit of, I hope it's from the Lord, but a little bit of a competitive spirit in me. and I want to see those numbers grow. You know?
Do you think it's competitive, or do you think you want to do things with excellence?
Well, I hope it's the latter, of course. But, there's no reason why more people can't be listening. It's interesting for me when I visit churches, I will say, show of hands, how many of you listen to KELP? Yeah. And let's say 20 to 30% raise their hands. Some churches much more. It depends on the church.
Sure.
And then I say, how many of you have never heard of KELP? And everyone else will raise their hands. And so for those of you who are listening, you need to tell other people in your church about it.
That's right.
Let us know that your church is interested. We'll come out. We'll talk to the church. We'll send you banners.
We got a big old banner in our place.
I know. You're doing the right thing.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's the right thing.
Yeah. It's the Lord's work.
It is the Lord. I totally believe it. I totally believe it.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're with Pastor Christian Gurrola. This is episode 301 of 915 Talk. So we are talking a little bit about radio ministry, particularly here in the borderland. If you do have a comment or question about 915 Talk or Christian radio, we'd love to hear from you. We'll put you on the air. The number is 915-779-0016. We're going to go into a break. Do not touch that dial.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
915 Talk is listener supported and is a production of Desert Voice Media. That's right. It's people just like you who make this program possible. Together with Desert Voice, you can learn how to better serve our neighbors and pray for our community. To become a Desert Voice Media partner, you can visit desertvoice.media. That's right. That's the website, desertvoice.media. Take a look and join us today in reaching our borderland for Christ.
Have you ever wondered what it might be like to connect your Sunday faith with your Monday work? Hi, my name is Tiffany Etterling, and I'm the host of a brand new program right here on KELP called the 323 Podcast. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, do it as unto the Lord. Through stories and conversations with business leaders and difference makers, the 323 Podcast equips listeners to honor God in the way they lead, create, and serve. Because in everything we do, our work can reflect the one we serve. Join me each and every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the 323 Podcast, right here on KELP Radio.
915.
Testify.
I used to party a lot in Juarez in my younger years, involved in 3 car crashes due to my addiction to alcohol. I almost lost my life. Thank God I never killed anybody. I'm just here to let you know that by the power of the Lord Jesus Christ, through His Holy Spirit, He transformed my life and He rescued me from alcohol. Jesus Christ can restore anything, and He was the one that made a difference in my life, and I am so grateful for Him. If you trust in Him, I guarantee you that He will not let you down, but you have to believe that He will, and He will do it. By the grace of God, I was involved in prison minister here at the local county jail for 20 years, and only God knows how many hearts the Lord changed there, because I was just an instrument that would go there and share the truth of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My name is Ruben Soria, and if God can do this transformation of my life, He can do it to anyone, because there is nothing impossible for God.
And they overcame Him by the blood of the Lamb
And by the word of their testimony.
desertvoice.media.
We're back. You're listening to 915 Talk.
We are back, and you are listening to 915 Talk. I'm your host, Andy Freck. Today is episode 301.
Uno.
Of 915 Talk. We're with Pastor Christian Gurrola. He's over at Mesa Place Church. There is a place at the Mesa.
That's right. Very well. I love it.
For everyone. But we're talking a little bit about this radio journey. And during the break, you brought up a guest I had who told his story. We've had several guests like that, who share their stories. They're from here in El Paso, usually sharing about the life that they led. And the one you mentioned was Joe Loya. He shared about really a rough background, growing up in gangs in the Lower Valley, He struggled with some addiction along the
Mm-hmm.
way, ended up in prison, and God really met him. So there's different like types of programs we've done that would fall under what I would call human interest or testimonies, right. We've also had I'm thinking of Joe Hankins.
Mm-hmm.
He's a deacon over at First Baptist, but he's he's a black man who grew up in Juarez.
Oh,
because his dad was a truck driver from
FCA, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. A truck driver from Tennessee who came over, and then he came to America. Very difficult story, but he came to the Lord in all of it. And
grew up as a teenager in Juarez.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. And then when he came to America, he thought it would be great because his people are here, and
Right.
and he had to learn English. So it was a bit of a ride for him, and just being reminded that there are people around us today who are struggling with so many different things, who are going through so many different things. And although that story is from, 40 years ago, almost for him, those stories are still happening today.
that's right, and they're real, and they give light and hope and direction.
Right. Barbara Cueto is another one. She was married to I guess a mafia boss in Houston.
Wow.
A really, really rough, difficult story, but coming back to El Paso, where she grew up, and giving her life to the Lord and being saved out of so many different things. So there's the testimony programs. I love those.
And one of the things that I tell our congregation, so everybody that leads there at Mesa Place Church will have their time at the pulpit to give their testimony. We call them Testimony Tuesdays.
Okay.
Actually, we had you and your son up on one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do a good job?
I mean, your son, right? I mean, so awesome. No, you guys did awesome. But I tell people, it takes me a week and a half, 2 weeks studying, prepping, getting the message out. One of the best things that a person can do is give their personal testimony of who they were, how they came to Christ, and what has Christ done in their lives.
Yeah.
And when you get a testimony like that, you won't hear the feel good, Jesus made everything better. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like this was hard stuff coming to Christ. Things didn't immediately get better. I know where my eternity is now, but I had to walk.
Right.
And those testimonies, and when you put them on the air, like who is the guy we were talking about? Navy guy?
Joe Loya.
Joe Loya. I mean, I'm sitting in the car and I'm crying. I'm like, that's real.
Yeah.
You can't get that anywhere else.
Right.
Only, sorry, you know me, only on KLP. And I'm serious.
Right.
Like, you can't listen to maybe a Joe Rogan if you got 5 hours.
Right. Right. Yeah. So we've had, of course, testimonial programs. I enjoy the nerdy shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had a astronomer?
Astronomer.
Was it an astronomer?
It's so funny. I tell people as soon as the program's over, I delete the file out of my brain because I'm thinking about the next day's program. Because there's no way to keep all this in your mind. And the other funny thing, you said, what's one thing that people don't know?
Right.
It's like I have a guest, usually we're scheduled like 3 weeks in advance,
Right.
in most cases.
Right.
And the guest will say, well, can you send me a list of questions? I'm like, I can send you a list of questions the day of. I can't be sending everyone questions. Like, I can't be thinking about an interview 3 weeks from now.
Right.
I have to focus on just what's right in front of me.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to sing a song to you.
Oh.
Slow down. You move too fast.
But again, these I don't remember an astronomer. We had a guy come in where he was going to Cielo Vista Church. They were doing a creation.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking
summit, but he was a creation scientist.
And yeah. That's the guy.
We began talking about Mexican cave fish.
Oh, gosh.
And which a lot of people think is a gang in Juarez, but it's actually literally just Mexican cave fish, and about how they'll adapt so quickly, whether they're living in the water in a cave or out in a stream under the sun.
Oh.
And they adapt so quickly, and that points to how adaptation happens, but they stay the same species.
Yeah, and then you have people like Angel Wicker just this past week.
Right,
I mean, come on.
That was heavy.
That wasn't testimony. That was, this is what we do ministry,
Right, yeah.
and let's step up.
Right.
You know, she came to Mesa Place Church we're in a sermon series, Unblurring the Lines, and she came and spoke about life, and then she came on the air, so kudos to you.
Right.
I mean, how many times have you heard that on the radio?
Right. Yeah, it was heavy, but I think it was necessary. If you're just joining us with Pastor Christian Gurrola, he's over at Mesa Place Church. We're talking about how this is episode 301 of 915 Talk. So appreciate each and every one of you who listen. If you do want to get on the air, tell us your opinion on this program. It's 915-779-0016. But now, for the best part of the program.
Oh.
Charlie One's on the phone.
Is it Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie, what are you seeing out in the roads this afternoon?
Andy, a couple of tight spots, both on the west side. I'll go there. Cloudview and Puente, we have a crash. That just happened. PD went out there. Cloudview and Puente. Also, Donovan and Frontera here. Busy intersection, but the traffic lights are malfunctioning. Might be completely out, Donovan and Frontera, so caution there. And then right now, I-10 East, that commute's going to get you. I-10 East, Piedras through Spaghetti Bowl area. Definitely, you're tapping on the brakes. Sometimes you're just bumper to bumper there all the way through that Spaghetti Bowl area. So sometimes that Spaghetti Bowl area can be a jungle there, and there can be a jungle out there on the roads. Make sure your teenager learns to drive safely and with confidence with Jungle Driving School, located conveniently at the shops of Solano on El Paso's west side. Jungle Driving School, called 915-900-4543. 10% discount for KELP listeners. Jungle Driving School. And Andy, back to you.
Charlie One, this afternoon we're celebrating episode 301 of this radio program of 915 Talk. I know a lot of our listeners will be celebrating at home, just remembering all the episodes, the previous 300. And the best way to celebrate episode 301 of 915 Talk is probably with a bowl of menudo. Where would you recommend our listeners find that menudo?
Delicious menudo.
Yeah.
Well, it is delicious, and you can celebrate. And you can celebrate anything. You can celebrate your birthday, of course. That's congratulations. I'll tell you what, 301 shows. That's a lot, And then, my gosh, time flies, and you just don't realize that how many shows you put in there. But congratulations anyway on that. It's really great. Now, Eastside Choice Meats, that's what they can find it because it's homemade menudo. They put it in containers ready for your freezer. Your refrigerator, wherever you want to. And at your convenience, put it in the microwave, heat it up, and good to go. Homemade, delicious menudo at Eastside Choice Meats, Lomaland and Straightwood. Andy?
Thank you, Charlie One. We'll talk soon.
Okay.
And we're back with Pastor Christian Gurrola. He's over at Mesa Place Church. We're talking about radio ministry. We're talking about 915 Talk. Let's talk a little bit about this idea. People have told me you're going to run out of interesting people to invite. Now,
and yet here I am.
Yeah. and we found out that they were right on episode 301. 2.
No, 2, yeah.
No, it is interesting because at the beginning of this program, almost every time we kind of make it's a little, well, we say it with a smile. It's a little bit of a joke, but it has very serious meaning. It says we say our guest is very special. Why are they special? It's because they're the unique expression of an endlessly creative God.
Oh, good.
And I think of how many people in this area, in this community everyone's unique.
Sure.
And everyone has a story to tell.
Right. Yeah.
So I look at that and I actually, the problem is we have so many people ready to come in, so many interesting people. For a while, I thought I was going to do 2 hours a day, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
That's a lot. Yeah. You're going Joe Rogan territory, man.
Right. Well, 2 guests a day, an hour each. I don't know.
True story. So one of our church members, I think for the most part, people think that we pastors, for the most part, work 3 to 4 hours a week.
Right.
And so he says, hey,
and those people are absolutely right.
Wow. Are you laughing back there? I can hear him laughing.
Through the glass. Mac Daddy was laughing through the glass. We could hear him.
So he says, when you get a chance, I have this podcast I want you to listen to. It's this guy that arrested this guy, and he came to Christ and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, great. So I'm at this church thing that we're doing, and I'm in my office kind of waiting, and I'm thinking, okay, let me put it on, let me listen to it. It was 5 hours long, man. I don't have 5 hours.
You put it on double speed, and then it's only 2.5.
Oh, I see what you did. That's when you should have hit the rim. He missed it.
Right.
Yeah, but no. And that's what I love about the radio, what you
Yeah.
do here. Because it's to the point, it's concise, it's good quality stuff. The message is getting out,
Yeah.
and it's not one-dimensional. You're bringing in
it's-
testimony and information, and
Right. It is interesting in a bit of a...
you've even brought in candidates.
Yeah. We do bring in politicians.
That's right.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk about the city. My favorite question to ask politicians is at the end of the program.
Oh, nice.
You know, so you have to talk about property taxes. You have to talk about...
let's talk about that again.
Data centers.
Oh, come on, water.
You have to talk about the Plaza Deck project over I-10.
I kind of have a
downtown.
solution for the data center if you want.
We'll get there in a minute.
All right.
Yeah, you have to talk about all those things. And the candidates saying what they're going to do for the community. But at the end, I always try to always say with politicians, for the past 53 minutes, I've been asking you what you're going to do for the city. What do you want from the church?
Ooh.
And the reason I do that is twofold. One, so that they will know that the church understands that they have a responsibility for the community that God has somehow entrusted us with.
That's right.
And the second reason is so that the church will understand that they have responsibility.
That's right. Yeah.
Because I think
Romans 13, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so often the church can sit back and just complain, but we need, if you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem.
Ooh, good. Well
Right?
put. Well put. Well
Yeah.
put.
So politicians, I always enjoy having on.
Yeah.
Almost always.
And that's the great thing about this show. You bring in so much diverse conversation, and always with that view, that eternal view. How does that impact not just this community, but the
Right,
eternal? And I
right.
love that about your show.
Yeah, well, thank you for that shout out. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You're gonna buy me dinner later, right?
On Friday.
Oh, Friday. Okay, gotcha.
I have home group tonight.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Judges.
Ooh, Judges.
Yeah.
Which one are you in?
The book of Judges.
I know, but are you like on Deborah? Hello.
So the truth of the matter is, I don't know because I'm not leading, and I'm just visiting the home group.
So you're Oh,
No,
you're not even. You're just visiting.
I'm just visiting a home group.
We're starting the Book of Revelations.
Oh.
We just finished the Book of Romans. 4 years. Took us 4 years.
Do you think that was too much?
Well, we dive in. We go scripture by scripture. We really look at it.
What does Bible study look like at Mesa Place?
Well, I mean, much like you would be maybe familiar with, there's some stuff that we get from Right Now Media during family night at Mesa Place Church, family night Wednesday night, but we're done for the summer. And so there's some groups that'll use a video-driven teaching. There's some that'll do an expository, the way I do it, opening the scripture and then going and kind of doing it that way. And then we have some groups. Actually, we have a group and they're doing C.S. Lewis. So they're reading one of his books and then studying that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Our NEOS group. NEOS is our teenagers, our youth group, and we do.
Hold on, you're not answering my question.
Oh, sorry.
I want to know what it's like. Is it people sitting in a circle at church? Is it in the auditorium? Is it in their homes?
So
what does Bible study look like?
So we do have an auditorium group. That's my group, and they meet in the sanctuary. Then on Wednesday, they actually meet in one of our big multi-purpose room. And on Wednesday nights, family night at Mesa Place Church, everybody eats dinner. So they all start with a dinner, and then they sit down around a big table. Then in our youth group, which I was about to tell you, they meet in a circle.
They sit around a mesa.
They do sit around the mesa.
Yeah.
And eat comida.
Yeah.
Yes. But not menudo because it's too hot right now. It's just too hot.
No menudo.
Yeah, no menudo. It's a little hot right now.
Okay.
It was like 106 when I walked in, I think.
Yeah, it's toasty out. We're getting into that triple-digit territory.
Yeah, I love it in here. It's nice and cold.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't sound happy when I said that.
It's the whole air conditioning system here is it's a whole thing.
Temperamental.
Yeah. But anyway, episode 301 of 915 Talk. This is a big celebration. 301. But it is truly my favorite part of the day is each and every weekday afternoon as we learn to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory.
Amen.
Pastor Christian, as you know a little bit of my story, but
I do.
I was in Russia as a missionary, came to El Paso, didn't expect that.
That story, if no one's ever heard that, that's like all God.
It's going to be 2 hours next week. There's going to be 2 days of.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I recently interviewed the host and chair of the board of Through the Bible, J. Vernon McGee. Nice. His name is Steve Schwetz.
Oh.
And he heard just in that conversation, I was like, I was a missionary in Russia, and this. He says, well, I want to interview you.
Wow.
So it's going to be, he interviewed me for 2 hours. It's going to be.
You're going to play it?
Yeah, it's going to be 2 episodes.
Oh,
next
please.
week.
Y'all listen in. It's an amazing, amazing time.
Yeah.
Your story, your wife, your family.
Right. So Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.
Please
playing.
listen in. Put it on your calendars.
Yeah. And it'll be on podcasts and all that, but listen on the radio. Anyway, in our story, we come to El Paso. We weren't expecting it. And I'm going to tell you, I was not in love with living in El Paso.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I
love El Paso.
Well,
I really love El Paso.
Yeah. So I felt the Lord challenged me to love El Paso.
Wow. You're hurting me, Andy.
Well, we talked about being real.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah. So the Lord was challenging me to love El Paso.
Okay.
Seek the welfare of the city. Pray to the Lord on his behalf because the welfare of that city is your welfare.
That's right.
And so I figured the best way to learn to love El Paso was to buy a radio station and have
is that what you do?
Yeah. So every weekday afternoon I learn to love the city a little bit more. But genuinely, I do enjoy living in El Paso now. Nice.
So you're up to enjoy.
I think I love it. And it is interesting because it doesn't seem as brown as when I first arrived.
Yes.
Like I see more of the green, and
especially if it rains.
And the people really are great, and I do love all the ministry opportunities. So, but it is funny. I kind of joke around about that. I had to learn to love El Paso, so I started a radio show.
Well, that's the best way to do it, right? Invite them all in. Just everybody come on over.
We're going to go into a break. Do not touch that dial.
We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
Greetings, KELP listeners. My name is Terry Gray, and I have the joy and privilege of serving as the pastor of Calvary Chapel Sun City, located on the west side of El Paso. I also have the joy of connecting with the radio audience in the borderland through the Summons broadcast heard each weekday at 5 p.m. right here on this station. On Summons, we study the Bible book by book, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, precept by precept. Please join us each weekday at 5 p.m. for Summons right here on KELP.
As a business owner or CEO, you carry a lot: big decisions, heavy responsibilities, and often no one to process it with. That's why C12 exists. C12 is a confidential peer advisory group for Christian business leaders who want to build great businesses for a greater purpose. It's not networking, and it's not a class. It's a room of leaders committed to excellence, accountability, and purpose. If that sounds like what you've been missing, learn more at c12borderplex.com.
Greetings, KELP listeners. This is Terry Gray, pastor of Calvary Chapel, Sun City, and speaker on the Summons broadcast heard each weekday at 5 p.m. right here on this station. Calvary Chapel, Sun City is located at 960 West Borderland Road on the west side of El Paso. We hold services on Wednesday evenings at 7 and on Sunday mornings at 9 and 11. If you are without a church home, we would love to have you join us for worship and Bible study. You can find out more information about us on the web at www.ccsuncity.org.
We're back. You're listening to 915 Talk.
We are back, and you are listening to 915 Talk. I'm your host, Andy Frecka. Today we're with Pastor Christian Gurrola. He's over at Mesa Place Church. We're talking about radio ministry. We're talking about this program, 915 Talk, serving the community. Pastor Christian, what's the future look like for radio ministry? What do we need to be doing better?
Well, what do we need to do better? I think we need to challenge some of these pastors and say, hey, how can we team up with, I mean, I think we look at it as radio as that thing over there, but you and I have talked, ad nauseum about this, and it's like this is an extension, and this is also a facility.
Yeah.
And I think where else can you do and impact this many people this many times a week?
Right.
And I think that's one of the great things about what you do. And there's some great pastors that have shows that are local,
right?
That broadcast, and so that's great. What's next on the horizon? Like, what would you like to see done in the next 300?
Next 300 episodes of 915 Talk. It's interesting. I've been thinking about this a lot this week.
Have you?
The Pool of Siloam. John chapter 9.
Okay.
Do you remember what this miracle was?
So it's the disturbing of the water.
So there's Bethesda, the Pool of Bethesda, and the Pool of Siloam.
Siloam, right.
So Pool of Bethesda is more the stirring of the waters. Pool of Siloam is Jesus sees this blind man.
Yeah.
And he spits in the ground. He makes mud.
Yeah.
Wipes it on his eyes and says, "Go wash."
And so the guy can't see, but he can definitely hear what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's crazy.
That's not cool.
Yeah. And it's a really weird passage. I've been studying it this week. And I was thinking, well, God calls us to do new things in new ways where new initiatives are required in order to fulfill the Great Commission.
Preaching on that in 2 weeks.
At the same time, we need to be faithful and consistent in what we're doing, and not just run after the next,
because it's the next
shiny thing or exciting thing,
right.
And so
or AI thing.
Yeah, and hey, Mac Daddy, play for us again your favorite AIKELP radio jingle.
Jesus is the answer. KELP.
Yeah. So
anyway.
but it's I think radio ministry, and I wrote about this in our Cornerstone Broadcasting newsletter this month. I think radio ministry is a lot like gardening.
How so? Please.
Well, it's it's a lot about maintenance, and a lot about doing the same thing over and over and over.
Okay.
Without actually seeing a result.
Gardening or farming?
Either way.
Okay.
Because it's not like you go out and plant a tomato plant and the next day you come out and there's these beautiful red plump tomatoes.
Just made me think when I was like 6 years old, right? And you get home with the bean and the sponge and the water, and you water it, and then like, is there anything there?
Yeah, exactly. And I think radio ministry is a lot like that, but it's consistent, faithful, keeping up with the daily tasks to have a good signal on air.
Right.
And so...
And you still have to hit those things.
Oh, absolutely. And just it was so impressive to me when I came to this station to meet the staff, and they were always here right on time, doing exactly what needed to be done. No one recognized them. No one knew who they were.
Right.
But they were been doing that for 40 years. When
Faithful.
I came, yeah. So that's, and with radio ministry, you don't see the harvest or the fruit. You don't see it yourself that often.
Right.
When you do, it's really exciting.
It's not Sunday morning sanctuary.
Right.
How many people are in attendance?
Exactly. But, yeah, so when we look at the next 300 episodes, to answer your question, of 915 Talk, I think it's going to be a lot of the same.
Cool.
Testimonies, political leaders, church leaders, nonprofit leaders, business leaders, human interest stories, all these things where when I came to El Paso, it seemed, Pastor Christian, that many people in the church knew what was happening inside their church and what was happening in Washington, D.C., but very little of what's happening in the city that God has entrusted us with. And so we need to continue to have this educational journey where we're learning about the city we live in, so that, hopefully through that, our listeners from time to time, I don't expect every listener to become involved in every organization that we feature. That would be madness. But from time to time, you'll hear something and say, hey, I want to get involved with that.
Yeah.
Or I want to pray about that. Or I want to get out and vote and be informed on that issue.
And you and I just went to something that both of us were invited in. So the conclusion to what we did was maybe we should do that now.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Right. So together with C12 Borderplex, Tiffany Ederling,
shout out to her. Great job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good show.
Yeah. And
Saturdays.
Yeah. 323 podcast, Saturday morning. She's a regular on this program. So together with C12 Borderplex, we did it was called Solving the World's Greatest Problems.
Right.
And it's how you come together and they were solving really big problems.
Yeah.
This organization. It was a great presentation.
Yeah.
But we kind of walked out of that.
Tim Tebow is part of that.
Right, exactly. And so they were talking about translating the Bible into every language. Even they talked about how they fought Pornhub.
Oh, yeah.
And had a lot of success.
Huge.
And I'm like, well, that's solving a great problem that the world is in the world today.
Oh, absolutely.
So that was amazing. But we kind of walked out of that, and it's kind of like, well, how do we solve the Borderlands' greatest problem?
That's right.
How do we come together? And what I liked about that particular meeting was, I'm invited to a lot of pastors' meetings or meetings where it's nonprofit leaders or business leaders.
Right.
But this is the first time I'd seen all of those types of people together in one room.
Right.
And what brought us together is we care about our community and we love the Lord.
That's right.
And so I think there was a lot of excitement. What did you get from that morning?
I think one of the things that was, I don't know if I got anything out of it more than like you, because I'm not in the front lines of what they're talking about, but I'm on the front lines of what they're talking about, right? Missions and people here in the colonias and stuff like that. So we get to live that out. One of the things that was interesting is how many like-minded NGOs there are or agencies, and nobody talks to themselves. Literally you'll have
among themselves.
Amongst, and then it's like, oh, we just donated $5 million to this guy and $50 to the other guy, and they do the exact same thing.
Right.
That needs to be consolidated. That's like a big issue. If we can kind of focus in on that.
Well, if I can kind of piggyback on that, I
think
you can. One thing that I've seen is how there are so many great organizations in El Paso doing really great things, and they're not well known.
No.
And so
Angel Wicker.
Yeah, Angel Wicker, who was recently on
Family and
Fatherhood and Pregnancy Center.
That's right.
Yeah, and that's one example. Another example is a lot of people don't know about the Mustard Seed Cafe.
Love that place.
Yeah, and it's over on El Paso's west side.
With Pastor Joe.
Right, yeah, over at Pastor Joe's church. They're right there. I forget the number, so I hope I'm not exaggerating, but they're making over 100,000 meals a year.
It's amazing.
For El Paso's needy.
And hardly anybody knows about it.
Right, exactly. And they're doing it in a very thoughtful way. They have their garden there.
They do.
They have a master gardener in charge of the garden.
They deliver all this food.
Yeah, all over El Paso. And so that's also a big part of this program is kind of giving a voice to those organizations that maybe aren't, or people really, who aren't as well known.
Now they're being seen on the radio.
Heard.
I know, but seen, because
Yeah.
now they seen them.
Right.
That's just a little twist. I was trying to be clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing, and so I hope that we'll just continue to do that. And so let me say this, because we only have a few minutes left.
Already?
Yeah. There's no shortage of guests for this program. However, if you listen and you're like, hey, I got to let them know this person has to come on. We got to let them know, the community know about that.
Yeah.
You can go to the website, desertvoice.media, use the contact form. Those go directly to my email.
That's awesome.
And just suggest, hey, there's this organization over here, there's this church over here, or just this individual who has a really cool story. I'm thinking of the guy who I had on who was trying out for the U.S. Olympic bobsled team.
Yeah.
Right. And he didn't go to the Olympics, but what a great story.
Right.
He's here training for the Olympics,
In El
for the
Paso.
Winter Olympics in El Paso, pushing this cart around 4 a.m.
Right.
And it's like, hey, let's cheer him on.
Right.
Because it's really, really cool.
Yeah. Tell me, what's the funniest moment you've had on 915 Talk?
Oh, I love it when you come on, Pastor Christian. I really do.
Oh, stop it.
Well,
Is that one of the funniest moments?
No, I'm going to follow that up with, but my favorite guest ever.
Oh,
is-
nice. I love it. Thanks. Et toi Brute?
No, yeah, it's Robert Bettis.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Robert Bettis, Channel 9 meteorologist. I feel like with him, and he's a brother in Christ, he's unashamed about that.
Right.
He loves sharing his testimony,
Yeah.
his journey with the Lord. He's making a movie called The Elvis Pandemic. I'm going to play a part in it.
Are you really?
Yeah. But anyway, he is the funniest person. And I feel like I could turn on the microphone at 9 a.m. and just put Robert Bettis in front of it and come
And
back
just-
at 5 p.m. and all of El Paso would be listening. But he really cracks me up.
Does he really?
So I really like having him on. And I think part of it too is so much of our content throughout the day on this radio station is done with such excellence.
Right. I think you guys do. You know me.
That it's helpful to have a program
Yeah.
like this where we do have a laugh,
Yeah.
where we're engaging our local audience, where people are like, hey, these guys are just here in El Paso with us, and hopefully they stay tuned for the rest of the programming.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you guys do a great job.
Well, that's why I invited you on today, so you tell everyone that we're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job. I mean, you have me around from time to time, and I look at stuff, and
Right.
you ask
You're
me
on the
for-
advisory board
I'm
for
on
Desert
I
Voice
didn't want to
Media,
say
but
that.
Yeah, no, you are.
I am on the
appreciate
advisory
that.
board. I'm on his board.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What was that all about? But I am on the advisory board, and you're very transparent. You open everything up. You let us see. You see the pitfalls and everything. And this is an amazing place. You've done the Lord's doing a great job through you here and
Well,
through your staff and team.
You're very kind. Thank you to you for coming on today, for listening to this radio station, for sharing about us with others, and also thank you to our audience for listening.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all as well.
Wow.
Always enjoy hearing from you, your ideas, your thoughts, your feedback.
Yeah. Love and praying for you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. And we continue on this journey.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing.
300 more episodes.
Put on some good socks. God's going to knock them off.
Amen.
Amen.
As we always say, let's learn to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory. This has been 915 Talk.
Jesus is the answer. K-E-L-P.
You have been listening to 915 Talk, a production of Desert Voice Media. To listen to this or any previous edition of 915 Talk, just visit desertvoice.media and click on the 915 Talk link. Let's continue to learn to love our city, love our neighbors, and give God all the glory.
Hi, I'm Johnny Erickson Tata. And isn't it interesting how we measure ourselves by other people, hoping that will confirm that we're doing okay? Just as King Saul compared himself to young David, so many of us look for affirmation by what others do. But 2 Corinthians chapter 10 says, when they measure themselves by one another, they are without understanding. they're not wise. Friend, don't look to others to see how well you're doing, because others are probably looking at you. And that is a downward spiral for sure. Now, look to the gospel, look to the Word of God, look to the character of Christ. Let the precepts of the Bible confirm if you are doing well in the faith or if you're falling behind. Believe me, someone else's grass isn't as green as you think. God has made you unique, so embrace that and reach for the character of Christ as your standard.
You are listening to KELP El Paso. Feed your mind, feed your soul at 1590 AM, 95.9 FM. Streaming worldwide at KELPradio.com.
And now here is your weather report with Doppler Dave.
Well, our forecast for tonight, another hot day, another triple-digit day. That's now 3 days in a row of seeing triple-digit